Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here for today's video. This is the beginning of my Predict the Offseason series. I do this every single year where I pretty much go through different NBA teams and I predict what I think will happen in the upcoming offseason, you know, as far as player signings, who they are going to draft, who would be a good fit and all that good stuff. So yes, guys, we are starting off with the Los Angeles Lakers. If you guys want me to continue to do this series, please help me get this video to 1,000 likes so I do know that you guys enjoy this out there. There will be certain aspects of this video that I might force certain things to happen. For example, if Paul George decides that he's going to go sign with the Brooklyn Nets, that's realistically not going to happen. So, you know, I would kind of enforce him either back to OKC or the Los Angeles Lakers based off of the situation. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get started on this. So I think what we will do first is kind of check out how this team did last season. They were 35-47, which was good for 11th in the Western Conference. The team is extremely young, but I think they definitely took some steps in the right direction to really contend in the future of this franchise. Looking at the players' stats, Julius Randle, Kyle Kuzma, and Brandon Ingram, as far as the scores of this team, I mean, all those guys average 16.1 points per game. Now, I know early on in the NBA season, there were some trade rumors with Julius Randle because people did not really know how he fit into this roster. Towards the end of the NBA season, he actually started playing the center position, and let me say, man, he fit very nicely into that role of this team. A lot of people thought he might be not strong enough or maybe too short to play the center position, but this era of basketball, he really excelled over there more than he did the power forward position. Kyle Kuzma, of course, here was the 27th pick in the 2017 NBA draft. This guy's not going anywhere. Now, based on who this team signs, Kyle Kuzma, I think, is a future starter in the NBA, but at the same time, it's if this team did get LeBron James and Paul George and still Brandon Ingram, then a guy like Kyle Kuzma might find himself on the bench just due to the circumstances. Although I don't think they're going to get all those players anyway. Brandon Ingram, though, it's if you want to see just improvement, I know that rookie season people were kind of saying early on that, okay, Brandon Ingram doesn't look like he's going to be a very good NBA player. I mean, he's only 20 years of age, guys. In one NBA season, went from 9 points to 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, about a steal and almost a block per game. Turnovers up a little bit, but that is because he has the basketball in his hands a bit more. Great field goal percentage at 47% and shooting 39% from 3. His free throw still not quite there, but he got himself up to about 34 minutes per game. -2 for the plus minus. That's not great, but something that can be improved on going forward. So yeah, just a really good all-around player and really looking like, man, after playing 59 games, that he could be something special in the NBA. I do think he needs to hit the weight room this, upcoming offseason, probably put on about 10 more pounds of muscle. He'll be exactly where he needs to be from a frame standpoint. Isaiah Thomas, I mean, he was traded, around the trade deadline. I don't expect him to be back on this team at all. I don't know why. I feel like the fit for him is not on the Lakers. I mean, he was okay as a sixth man, but I feel like he's kind of a distraction to the process of this team. No pun intended, trust the process. That's the Philadelphia 76ers thing, but it does apply to the Los Angeles Lakers, so you got to trust the process with them. KCP, I will take him back on this team if it's not, a bitch-ass contract deal and not to be a starter. You may be a really good 6th or 7th man off the bench alongside Josh Hart, who I think is fantastic. Another player that was a steal in the draft at 30th overall from Villanova, was part of the championship team 2 years ago. We got, Lonzo Ball, guys. Okay, so Lonzo Ball, I think, honestly speaking, man, he had a really good rookie season. Yes, his field goal percentage wasn't all that great at 36%, but it is something that as he kind of felt out the game, he got better at. Lonzo Ball was staying on the team. He's the future point guard of this team right here. 31% from 3, not amazing, but something he definitely got better on later on in the season. I don't know, man. I feel like he's also going to have one of those improved seasons that Brandon Ingram did, where it's just I think his scoring's going to go up to about 15 points per game. I think he's going to start averaging nearly double-digit assists, probably around 9 assists per game next season, probably the same 7 rebounds per game. 2 steals out there, so play some defense too, man. I like Lonzo Ball a lot. Brook Lopez, I don't really have any problems with them. Now, if he came back on this team, would it be as a guy off the bench? Definitely do not see him as the starting center of this team. But then again, man, depending on how the season goes, depending on how this predict the offseason thing goes, really don't know with them. And then, of course, the man Andre Ingram, 99 overall player, going to be back soon with us, guys. No, I mean, he's not 99 overall, but I mean, I want to keep him on the team, though, man. Just saying. All right. Let's get to this. First and foremost, guys, as far as, well, I guess not first and foremost, but the first thing we're doing here, Luke Walton, I know he has an F in defense. I still think that Magic Johnson is going to keep Luke Walton around. I don't see him, I see him at least allowing him to play out his contract. Is there better coaches out there? Yes. I mean, if you get a Fizdale, somebody like that, then you're probably sitting a little bit better. But I think for now, we'll give Luke Walton the reins to this team continuously and see how he can do, because I don't see him going anywhere in real life. But we're going to go ahead and hit up the NBA draft. We do have the 25th pick because the Philadelphia 76ers, due to the trade last season that allowed the team to get Lonzo Ball, owned the rights to the Lakers pick. But yes, guys, we have the 25th pick, which is from the Cleveland Cavalier deal. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can get at that spot. Okay, so one position I definitely want to check out is a backup point guard, just because, like, you know, when it comes to this team, I mean, that's really the position they absolutely need off their bench, because Josh Hart's more of a shooting guard. If you get KCP, he can play a shooting guard or a small forward. So we actually have some really good options right here that fell to us at 25th all point guard position. We got Kyrie Thomas here from Creighton. We got Jalen Brunson, who was the NCAA Player of the Year. I mean, won the championship with Villanova. He would also be able to team up with his former teammate Josh Hart from Villanova, so that'd be kind of cool. We got Tariq Trey here from Duke. All these guys would be very nicely, you know, would fit nicely into this team. Trayvon, not much of a three-point shooter, so that would kind of hurt, you know, just in case we want to play him alongside Lonzo Ball at times too. I'm kind of feeling Jalen Brunson instead of the ceiling as Patrick Beverly, which means he can be a really good potential 3-and-D player out there. I don't know, man. I think he's a very poised player for the age of 20, and he would fit nicely into this Lakers team. So I'm thinking, guys, with this 25th pick, why not go for the Player of the Year, Jalen Brunson from Villanova? Okay, so that was the only pick in the draft, so we're going to sign him up. 73 overall. Probably will be our backup point guard for this season. Let's go to team player options. So Brandon Ingram does have a 2-year deal. We will definitely accept that. Zubac, 73 overall center. This NBA season definitely not as good as last season, although that's because Brook Lopez has been on this team. You know, Julius Randle was getting some more minutes at center. I still think only being 21, a 7'1" dude from Croatia, it's like, why would we get rid of him? That's very cheap for $1.54 million. We have Tyler Ennis on this team, got himself about 4 points per game. With Brunson on this team, I really don't see the point in keeping Tyler Ennis anymore, so we're going to let him walk. And Thomas Bryant from Indiana, he was the 2nd-round pick last year, 6'10" dude out there. I mean, for $1 million, I'll keep him around, guys. Why not? Who knows? Maybe he'll end up being better than Zubac. All right, so we got qualifying options here, qualifying offers here. We are going to extend this to Julius Randle. Now, the plan is to actually sign him to a I don't know if he's worth a max contract. I know teams are going to throw that at him. But there's a few players I want to go for first. So it's like, yes, if you accept that qualifying offer, that would be great. But he definitely is not my #1 priority this offseason. We got a few other players out there first that we got to look at before we decide on him. So let's go to the moratorium period. Okay. So the first player, obviously, that we want to go for is Paul George. In my opinion, guys, deserving of a max contract. You know, he's just like, he would be a great fan of this team. He would give them that superstar presence or that all-star presence, depending on who you're talking to. Just like that go-to scorer in the clutch. I would probably run him at the shooting guard position because Ingram, I do want to start on this team. But yeah, man, go get a max contract. For me, he definitely is that type of player. Playoff P, as they like to call him on the OKC Thunder. Not a guarantee he'll come back on this team, but I definitely think if he doesn't go to this team, we'll be back to OKC. If he goes to the other team, I'll probably force to trade over to the Lakers. Another player that I've heard about is DeMarcus Cousins going to the Los Angeles Lakers. He's been rumored, you know, going to this team for a while now. I feel like the Lakers have an even better chance now that he might actually be back, well, because he had that injury. So maybe the Pelicans are kind of a little wary on giving him a max contract. I definitely think the Lakers are going to be in play for him. So I am going to throw him a contract offer right here. Also a max contract. Now, to get this to work, we might have to, you know, switch around some things from the salary cap standpoint and maybe trade away some bitch-ass contracts. But I definitely think the Magic Johnson and the Los Angeles Lakers are fully committed to try to get a guy like DeMarcus Cousins on this team. So, all right, so they both want to sign. Now it's just going to come down to renouncing some rights here and making this work. KCP, we will renounce the rights on him. Brook Lopez, Isaiah Thomas, Tyler Ennis, Channing Frye, Travis Ware, Ingram. I'm gonna keep him on the team, guys. Renounce the rights right there. Julius Randle is going to make things a bit difficult. I think first and foremost, Paul George. So we are going to agree to him. Can we also afford DeMarcus? Not quite yet. We might have to trade somebody away to make this happen. So, yeah, at this point, the bitch-ass contract to Luol Deng is only a 2-year deal. I feel like if we tack down maybe a first-round draft pick, that would definitely entice some teams to take him on. So we will toss in a future first, especially if they know that they have a chance to get a guy like DeMarcus Cousins on this team. But yeah, man, so we really just want to get some draft picks back from like a second-rounder, I would take. Okay, so here we get the first-round draft pick of the Jazz, and okay, 2 first-round draft picks. That right there, I'm already liking that a lot. So I might just go with that. You know, work with what we got here, right, guys? Who else we got, man? We got Justin Anderson, Rickon Holmes. I definitely don't want to take on salary because that just doesn't really make much sense. I'll take the Jazz's draft picks. I think in real life they would probably be more closer to second-round draft picks. But I mean, the Jazz are going to be so good for a long time anyway, and they also get our first-round draft pick for a team that who knows what they'll be like in 3-4 seasons, right? All right, so hopefully that is enough to also get him now. Okay, so yes, guys, we get Paul George and DeMarcus Cousins on this team. For that reason, I don't think Julius Randle would be back on the squad here. It just would not really make much sense. And that's kind of how I think it's going to go in real life. Like, they are going to shoot their shot at DeMarcus. If it works out, all right, they got Boogie. If not, Julius Randle will take his talent somewhere else. So, if Julius wants to come back for the qualifying offer and maybe just compete for a championship, all right, that's different. But besides for that, man, I think the team is looking pretty damn crispy out there. Brook Lopez, I am going to throw him a minimum contract right here just because, like I was saying, guys, it could be the similar situation. Where's he at, man? Maybe he's, okay, he might have actually signed with somebody else. I'm kind of okay with that, not absolutely mad about that. I do want to get a backup player, though. I know I heard about Greg Monroe potentially going to the Lakers, so we'll throw him a contract offer. See what happens there. Yeah, Julius Randle is prepared to sign a contract with the Pacers. He will be given the opportunity to match the contract. Now, if I do this, yeah, it's going to take me over the salary cap, guys. Would it say the Pacers? It's actually a really nice fit. I am going to decline that option. Greg Monroe going to the Brooklyn Nets, so that's fine. Any other backup centers we can get on this team would be nice. Maybe a guy like Willie Reed out there just, to give some hustle off the bench. We'll give him like a 2-year deal worth about $2 million a season. I think he would definitely sign up for that. And here we go. All right. Okay, so far he doesn't want to come on the team. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Willie. All right, we got Willie Reed on this team. I think for the most part, the team is pretty much good in the offseason right here. Not a lot of other moves I want to make. Josh Hart off the bench will be nice. I mean, Kuzma will probably be our starting power forward on the team. Maybe a backup small forward, I guess, is something I could look into. So let's go like with a Reggie Bullock. I feel like he'd be nice. Give some three-point shooting. Can play also play a shooting guard position alongside Lonzo Ball at times if needed. So we'll sign him to that 2-year, $6.46 million contract. But yeah, guys, definitely good with that. Let's go ahead and check out the player progression, see how these players kind of improve as things go on here. But yeah, guys, the team is absolutely beasting right now. DeMarcus Cousins, Kyle Kuzma, we got Brandon Ingram, we got Paul George at the 2 and Lonzo Ball. That team right there, in my opinion, man, is good enough to compete for an NBA championship. They're that kind of talent. I think Lonzo Ball is going to fit nicely with Paul George. I think Paul George wants to be here. I think DeMarcus wants to be here. So yeah, player options we got, or player progression. Nothing absolutely too crazy with that, which is kind of surprising. We got Kuzma Lonzo at 78 overall. I think it'd be like more like lower 80s. That's fine though. I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and hit up these training camps now. And I'm not sure how many of those we have, but there's a few things I can see us wanting to work on. Maybe the development of Kyle Kuzma, maybe the jump shots of Lonzo Ball. I'm actually gonna do that. Perimeter shooting for Lonzo. If he can really get his three-point game consistently going, it would open up so much more for this team. So we'll do that. Let's hit the untapped potential on, let's go with Brunson on this, Jalen Brunson from Villanova. And I will continue to work on Brandon Ingram. We'll give him the untapped potential, goes to A- right there himself. All right, let's go ahead and advance to the next season. So this is what I think the team will look like going into the next season, guys. I mean, as far as like DeMarcus Cousins go, it's definitely a high possibility. But if not, just replace DeMarcus with Julius Randle. I think that's also what the team could be looking like. So we got Lonzo Ball at point guard, Paul George at shooting guard, Brandon Ingram at small forward, Kyle Kuzma at power forward, and DeMarcus Cousins. This lineup right here is absolutely deadly. Just so many different things this team could do out there. And then we got Willie Reed, we got Reggie Bullock and Josh Hart off the bench with Jalen Brunson, the rookie point guard, getting some time, give him some minutes out here, see what he can do. Overall, my friends, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think this Lakers team is like. Do you like the squad out there? Do you think this team can win a championship? Laker fans, is this what you hoping could happen out there? I know a lot of you guys want LeBron James, but I feel like if this were to happen, you would be just as happy. Plus, it makes much more sense, in my opinion, just because, like, that way you don't have, like, a logjam at the small forward position with LeBron James and Brandon Ingram. Kuzma continues to develop on this team. I mean, at this point, he's 23, and I think he can have a similar, 16-point per game season and really spread this floor out alongside DeMarcus Cousins right here. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate the season, see how this team does. I am predicting with this squad with Paul George, DeMarcus Cousins, I think chemistry will be an issue early on in the NBA season. Still got some young players out there, but overall, this team is probably at least a 51-52 win team in this first season. Okay, so I predicted like 51 wins. Looking like we're going to be about a 55 or 56 win team on the season. Golden State Warriors still the team to beat, guys. An historical season for them, 68-12. So, I mean, pretty close race here in the Western Conference. But yeah, looks like Paul George and Marcus on this Lakers team in the development. The young bloods out there really worked out nicely. The chemistry was all there, similarly through date. And okay, so yeah, 56-26 on the season. Russell Westbrook, who pretty much has the basketball a lot more now because Paul George isn't there. 34 points, absolutely crazy scoring season. 11 rebounds, 11 assists per game, 2.5 steals out there, man. Shot 39% from three, getting a much deserving MVP award. We got Marvin Bagley getting Rookie of the Year on the Mavericks. Mirotic, sixth man, because that's kind of really a sixth man because, DeMarcus Cousins ain't on the team no more. So you think Anthony Davis would go to the 5 spot and Mirotic would still play in the 4 spot. DeAndre Jordan, defensive player. Langston Galloway, most improved, and Steve Kerr getting the Coach of the Year award. The All-NBA first team looking like this. We do have Boogie Cousins in his season back from injury, making that team. All-NBA second looking like this. And here is the All-NBA third. So I did not see Paul George anywhere, although we did get the All-Defensive team, so that's good to see. And for the rookie team, is our boy on their man, Jalen Brunson. He is not. Okay, that's all good. Let's check out these player stats on the season before we get to these playoffs. And we have Paul George at about 22, 23 points per game, 4 or 5 rebounds, 3 assists. DeMarcus Cousins at 22 and 10, getting 3 assists, playing some really nice defense. Kuzma scoring down a little bit at about 13 points a game and 6 rebounds. We got Brandon Ingram at 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists per game out there too. Kind of being probably like the third option on this team, right? And then we got Lonzo Ball averaging pretty damn good numbers, 10 points per game, 9 assists. I knew he was going to get right around that range, 2 steals, and about 5 rebounds. The benching of Willie Reed was a nice addition to this team. Josh Hart provided a nice spark off the bench alongside Jalen Brunson. The Villanova backcourt, averaging, what's that, man, about 14 bitch-ass points right there, something like that. Then we got Reggie Bullock at 6 points per game. Mike James a few minutes out there himself. Overall, team looking pretty damn crispy, guys. Team stats on the season, so for points per game, this Lakers team was 3rd in the NBA from a defensive standpoint. They were roughly 5th in the NBA at points allowed per game with a 6.8 differential. And then the three-point shooting, they shot 41%, which is probably near the league high. Yes, guys, 2nd in the NBA in that, just behind the Warriors, who are going to be the problem child in the playoffs. But here we go. We got the first round, Los Angeles Clippers. Let's simulate the current round, see how this goes. See if we don't get up. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we had the... Oh, what the fuck, man? I was looking at the Golden State bitch-ass Warriors. No, oh my God, dude. What the fuck, 2K? Oh my God, yo. I will say, San Antonio Spurs, they got Kawhi Leonard going back to this team. Damn, they also signed Dwayne Wade, LaMarcus Aldridge, Kawhi Leonard, still on the squad. I will say, man, if the Spurs were to get back Kawhi Leonard, I could see them beating the Lakers in the first round, not because of Paul George and DeMarcus Cousins. I think those guys, does Marcus Cousins, has he been in the playoffs yet, guys? I mean, I don't really think he has much experience right there because, yeah, I don't think he's ever been in the playoffs. Paul George has experience as, of course. The rest of the team's still really young out there, so I don't think, this team coming together would mean a championship the very next season. I think it would be a work in progress right here. Losing in a 7-game series in the first round of the playoffs would definitely be a dagger to the hearts of Laker fans and the squad out there. But overall, man, a very successful season, 56 wins, and this team is still very young. I mean, DeMarcus Cousins is only 28, Paul George is 29, and then, of course, Lonzo Ball is only going to be going into his 3rd season, Brandon going into his 4th. Overall, guys, I got to say, the team did pretty nicely out there. I think I did a good job of predicting this offseason. Let's go ahead and simulate the rest of the playoffs here. I can't believe I was looking at the bitch-ass Warriors. I thought we had the Clippers in the first round. No, man, we had the San Antonio Spurs. And then it looks like the Bucks actually went out and got themselves a coach because they get to the NBA Finals and they beat the Golden State Warriors 4-2. Anyway, my friends, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you want some more of these predict the offseason rebuild type of videos right here, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you are new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.